Hello, you gorgeous people. How are you? Today I'm talking about where we are at the moment, the state of the world, and my thoughts on where we are right now. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So the other day was the eclipse, yeah, and I had this beautiful conversation with a group of people from the Spanish-speaking world. We every now and again we get together, and we were talking about the eclipse, and I was thinking, oh great, I'll be able to go out and see it. It was on the night when we did it, and of course it was not on the night time. It was in the morning that it happened, so I missed it completely. But what I was aware of was I got a lot of reports from a lot of people about a funny feeling that they were having, like a not sure what was going on, feeling a bit down, feeling a bit irritated, agitated, uncomfortable. And I think we're in really, really interesting times right now, and I'm talking energetically. I mean, what I'm aware of is that we've got this carry-on going on in the US with the elections. And it's interesting, we've got somebody on our Telegram channel, right, Peaceful Rebellion. If you want to join us, come and join us, but you've got to be a nice person. The link's in the information. Called Mark a Dragon. Okay, that's the name that they use. And he put something really interesting the other day, which was, I know we're all rooting for, the Republicans to get a red wave, as they call it. But remember that none of this is going to be solved through politics. And I thought, very well said, very true, that the structure of our society, the way that everything has been built based on this oligarchy, on this top-down control, which is not the way forward. That is not the way that we are going to be in the golden age, in the age of light. That's not how it works. That works in the age of darkness, in the age where the devil resides. That's not how it works, because we're all one and we're all part of the same thing. And so there isn't place for somebody to wield power over us. And so it doesn't matter how many great politicians get into politics, it's still going to be politics. It's still going to be the yin and yang of the black and white, the my team or your team. And in the whole of society, everything has been set up like that. This or that. This or that. Up or down. Right or wrong. Black or white. And it's a binary world of, my team or the shit team. Yeah? Or you're with me or you're a twat. That's going to go. That's going to disappear. And so maybe I do see some, interesting people coming forward in the leadership roles, but that's not what we're going to need in the future. That's not where we're going to go. So even if it does get better, and it's going to get better, by the way, it's going to get better. We're moving into the great place, but the work is yet to be done. Just because some nice politicians are going to get in won't change anything. It won't change anything. We have to be the change. We have to completely and utterly recreate our society, recreate who we are, what we are, and how we live. What I see and what the emissaries have shown me for the future is that we're going to be in a place of self-governance, using the very, very nice, clear principles of do no harm. Do no harm. Yeah? Love your neighbour as you love yourself. Treat your neighbour as you would have them treat you. That's it. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. And I think we're all very capable of living by that beautifully. politics and all of that society and that black and white and top down, that just serves to confuse. It serves to create distractions, to separation and fear. Yeah. So all of that's going. Whilst it's on its way out, I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous what we're seeing. What we're seeing in the political world is so horrible, so transparent. And the great thing is, more and more and more people are seeing it. I don't know if you saw the latest polls of like something like, was it 60% of Americans, or was it 70%? Bizarre number. Believe that the world is run by a cabal, and they believe that they are the Satanists. You know, I mean, that's a friggin' big amount of people. Okay, that's pretty cool. You know, what a change in direction. It's that is the catalyst for our change. Because why would we want to keep a system that has failed us for so long? And it didn't fail us when we were in the age of darkness. That was the right thing. Do you understand? Everything, there's a time for everything. You know, there's a time for top-down control, and there's time for self-governance. And maybe it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work in the Dark Ages. It would just be abused and fall into disrepair and be perverted. But not when we're in the Age of Light. So there's a time for everything. So what we have to do is allow this process to happen, which is happening, which is the dissolution, the falling into pieces of the system. We've got to allow it to happen. Okay? If you want to vote, vote. But understand that you're voting for something that has no future. Okay? This isn't forever. This will fall away. This too shall pass. And we'll end up in this other place. So something else that I saw, so there's this guy in the UK, and he was in Britain's Got Talent. He was one of the judges. I'm trying to remember his name now. I really do not like him. And he's coming now out as, he's starting to interview polemic figures. Right? He's starting to interview them, and he's trying to come across as, let's cut the against woke. That's his. I'm trying. Piers Morgan. Okay, so he was interviewing that guy who's been cancelled. He's got baldy head, wears glasses, he's got loads of money, and young people like him. Can't remember his name. And he was talking about it, and the guy was dropping truth bombs left, right, and centre. Piers Morgan was going, well, yes, but I'm going to have to disagree with you about, the COVID being in a common cold or whatever. All right, so there was all of that stupidity that goes on. Let's not underestimate what happened. But he was saying, and yes, now we realise, I said some very tough things about people who weren't getting this. And now I realise that this didn't stop any of transmission. So really, we were being misled and, blah, blah, blah. And he was justifying his position. Justifying it without even an apology. He was actually blaming the medical world for giving him the wrong information. Right? And that doesn't sound to me at all like a good justification, because we knew, didn't we? We knew exactly what the truth was before it even started. We knew. So it isn't just saying, well, I was given some wrong information and that's not very good on their behalf. That is no excuse. And what I'm seeing in this a reframe that's going on, which is, they give us all this bad information and we were tough, but hey, we were only tough because we were given bad information. And now that we know the right thing. So I'm seeing this major backpedaling, but it's not a backpedaling like, I was putting pressure on people to get this. God knows how many people I have been responsible for who've lost a life or who've lost their health. There's none of that going on at the moment. So what I see, really interesting times, is that this narrative is having to be changed. And remember that they are masters at spin. They are the spin doctors of the world, and that's what the media is trying to do. Little by little, it's starting to spin a yarn, which is not our fault. We were given, somebody's going to get the blame, but not us. Yeah? And I'm kind of sitting here sucking on a lemon, trying not to smile. Why? Because justice will be served. Justice will be served, but universal justice, karmic justice. There is no escaping it. No matter how many times Piers Morgan says that it wasn't his fault for telling people that they should be locked up or they shouldn't have any medical treatment for not having that. The damage is done. He's done the damage to himself and to his karmic vibration. And so he will have to pay the price. Okay? It's just the way that it is. So I think we're in really a fascinating moment where we're in the revelation, truth is being revealed, and people are trying to cover their backs. But it ain't going to work. It really isn't. The emissary said the car's falling, it's breaking into pieces. You can see it, there's just this total lack of coordination. It's just all over the place. Stand back, keep back, but watch. Definitely, get your binoculars out, be at a safe distance, but watch it with binoculars, because this is our time to feel good about who we are. This is our time to feel justified about what we've done. This is our time to feel good about the fact that we have preserved our health, that we have preserved our physical health, that we've preserved our mental health. Because we've had time now. We know what was happening. We told people, at the beginning, remember how many friends we lost, how many family members we lost, because we couldn't keep our mouths shut, because we knew we had to say. But it's one of those things. It's like, I'll tell you something. My mother-in-law was given a documentary of a doctor here in Spain who talked about all of the stuff that's gone on, chapter and verse. And she said to us, do you know, I watched that. And everything that he said, you both had already told us a long time ago. Yeah. That is the reason why I believe we spoke out. It wasn't that we were due to change anybody. It was that we had to mark that line in the sand. We had to show this is the true reality, so that when people find out 2.5 years down the line that everything that we said was true, they can use that as a reference and say, how is it that they knew 2.5 years ago what they're telling us now? That's very powerful. That's very powerful. It's powerful in two ways, because A, they're going to feel shit about themselves. They're going to feel shitty about the way that they talked to us, that they laughed at us, that they disregarded us, that they shunned us. Yeah? And also, it's going to strengthen our position. Hey, we do have good information here, and we have it a damn sight faster than you ever get it from the black shitty box that you watch. So I can't begin to tell you how excited I am about where we are now. How excited I am. We're just, the emissary said we're on a flat plane now. Flat plane starting to head down. The water's flowing, the energy's flowing. Everything is starting now. Now's the time. And now's the time, for you to start taking action on you. Start creating. Really now, we've just passed the eclipse. Okay? Now is the time to start to work on you and to create you and your life. Where's it going to be? I don't know. We don't always know where everything's going to go to. But it doesn't matter. The journey that we have ahead of us is a journey within us to our core. That's the journey that we have. Being authentic, being true to ourselves, following our bliss. So that's what you've got to be working on. Now is the time. Now is the time. Get to the front of the queue. We were at the front of the queue with the information. Now get to the front of the queue in terms of developing what you are going to be. Because there are going to be a lot of people following, right? And they need people to set the example. That's why we've been chosen to be at the front end of all of this, to set the example. Billions of people are going to want to know where to go to. Now's the time for you to start. Get your shit together. Get yourself on the right path. Follow your bliss. Sort your past out. Clean yourself up and then get going. Alright? Because there's a lot of work to do. The work hasn't started yet. The work hasn't started. Because the work's been in the hands of the baddies. It's going to be put into the hands of the goodies, which are us. We are the goodies. Goodies! Goody, goody, yum, yum. Okay? So there's everything to do. Let's get working and let's stay excited because these are exciting times. I love you all. I am not going to be here for the next week. So this will be the only video this week because I'm going to visit my family in the UK and I'm going to see my sisters for the first time in 4 years. So very exciting. I love you all. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.